welcome. It's great to have you with us. We know that a part of your heart is here in Walnut Creek and a part of our hearts are there with you. This is Broadway Sunday, and that means it's going to be fun, it's going to be delightful, inspiring, and in it, we get to take a moment to touch part of the amazing power and beauty of the spiritual self. So as we journey through this time together, I invite you to take just a moment to reach deep within and touch the beauty and magnificence of the spiritual being that you are.
To Broadway Sunday. Please join our cast in singing Hello, Unity.
Hello, Unity. Well, hello, Unity. It's so nice to see you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Unity, I can tell, Unity. You're still glowing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying and the band playing one of those old familiar songs from way back when. So grab a seat now, we're in for a treat. Wow, love is why we're here today. Amen. Hello, Unity. Well, hello, Unity. It's so nice to know our love is going strong. You're looking swell, Unity, I can tell, Unity. You're still praising, you're still raising up your voice in song. I feel the room swaying and the band playing one of those old familiar songs from way back when. So open your hearts, folks. Joy's where we start, folks. Love is why we're here today. Love is why we're here today. Love is why we're here today. Amen.
Please acknowledge our cast. Steve, Lisa, Mitch, and Liz. Supported by our House Broadway Band Fusion. Please join me in welcoming our online friends by waving at the camera. Hey! We're delighted to have you with us on this amazing, fun Sunday. Sit back or lay back and Enjoy what's ahead. Your presence is always welcome. We enjoy it. My name is Sheila Gautreaux. I am your assistant minister here at Unity of Walnut Creek and your dream girl. If you are new to Unity, we wish to invite you to this positive path for spiritual living, where we share practical principles for your life to support you in creating the life you wish to live into. We acknowledge the one presence in the universe. However, we honor and recognize that there are many, many paths to that one presence. Our primary focus in Unity is that of affirmative prayer, the power of the yes action of the mind. And we'd like you to be aware that we have many different traditions speaking within our Sunday service, and today they're the Broadway tradition. And we'd like you to experience our affirmative prayer. So if you're ready to join us in our opening prayer statement, let us go deeply into that experience of prayer. And together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Take that in. Breathe it in and through your heart. Letting it fill your body, your mind, your spirit, settling into the very cells. And again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Let us take that in even more deeply. And allow it to extend, touching those around you, filling the sanctuary, extending itself to our friends online. And once more, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And allow that to extend out into our community, into our state, into our nation, and out into the world, touching every heart that beats. And we hold this truth to be self-evident. And so it is. And together we say, Amen. Please remain seated and sit back and join our cast in our next congregation song.
I give to you and you give to me true love, and on it will always be true love, for you and I have a guardian angel on high with nothing to do but to give to you and to give to me love forever true. I give to you and you give to me true love, and on it will always be true love, you give to me. Love forever true. Love forever true.
All right. Good. I love Broadway. And we have so much talent, and it's all about sharing this beautiful life energy that flows through us. So let's take that internal part of our journey in our time of prayer and meditation and reach within to experience this beautiful divine presence that is the creativity, the love, the joy, the peace. So I invite you to take a deep breath through your heart. Gently release. And as we move within, let's let the beautiful words of the music draw us into that deep heart connection.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from harm. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May we be like Ruth and like Esther. May we be deserving of praise. Strengthen us, O Lord, and keep us in the holy ways. May God bless you and peace fill your life. May the Lord fulfill our Sabbath prayer for you. May God bless you and peace fill your life. May you feel the Lord's undying care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor us, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer.
Dear Lord, Mother, Father, God, infinite love, beloved presence, how many ways, how many different traditions and words, how many different people have called upon your presence to touch, to know, to experience you more fully. How blessed we are to know that your presence is here as this amazing and love and power within our own hearts. Thank you for awakening us as we become aware that in this sacred moment, you are this life that fills our bodies. You are this light that illumines mind and heart. You are this purpose that directs and flows through our lives. You are this power of choice that we have both to receive and to give. Thank you for awakening us to discover your presence and power in every person's smile or tear. In the glee of a child, touch of a friend, quiet thought within ourselves. And so we yield ourselves to that deeper experience of your presence. From this beautiful peace that is present within our hearts, we simply let go and enter into that place of stillness, that place of being, this within ourselves where, deeper than thought and feeling, we simply rest at one with you. As you called to us through the same beautiful tradition from which these words of song have called us. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. beloved presence. Father, Mother, God. What a joy it is to make this choice to let your love flow through our hearts as you have given so deeply to us, filling us, renewing us, healing us. And now we let that love flow forth, giving of it freely and joyously. We let it flow first to our own bodies, receiving that vitality and wholeness within every cell, and to our minds and hearts, opening us to the wisdom and illumination and understanding of your presence. We let it flow through our hearts to everyone who is dear to us. We enfold each one in this love. Behold them lifted into that which is the highest: wholeness, wisdom, abundance, peace, and your goodness and love flow through our hearts out across this spiritual community, touching and becoming a blessing to everyone in their world. It flows through our hearts to every prayer request brought here. For we know with each you are enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. This love flows through our hearts as radiant streams of light and energy uplifting. It flows across the communities in which we live, on across our nation and beyond all boundaries to the peoples of the world, calling forth the wisdom and peace in all hearts. We send this love to all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillsides. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. Joyfully, this love flows from our hearts to touch this beautiful earth, to bring harmony to her systems, blessing to her creatures, to flow about the earth, to touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For you are that love in every heart, and in this love we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Feeling that flow with great joy. Once again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world.
Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer. Amen.
And so it is. Amen.
how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you'll feel part of, every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a sound you never heard before. And on a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and evermore. On a clear day, rise and look around you.
Look around
and
you.
You'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star. You play part,
You feel part of
every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a song you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and ever and evermore.
Thank you, Lisa and Mitch. My name is CL, and it is my pleasure to highlight a few of our upcoming events. We are pleased to have an outstanding Buddhist teacher visiting this afternoon. Please join Geshe Felje for his workshop on compassion of all beings. Our community baptism is next Sunday. If you would like to experience this gentle ritual of blessing regardless of age, you are invited to attend our community baptism following the 11:30 service. Calling all chefs, or would-be chefs, to enter our chili cook-off contest at our Volunteer Appreciation Day on the last Sunday of September. Hope will be on the patio to sign you up. Find out more about these and our many other activities in your bulletin and on our website. Now, until you hear the gong, please take a short moment to say hello to those directly around you.
Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day, by day, by day, by day.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and I won't be pulled down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things you cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of loosing bonds and breaking free. But through God's love, I know the peace that lies in me. I'd sooner die defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and I won't be pulled down. Unlimited, my future is unlimited, and I've just had a vision, almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy, and true, the vision's hazy, but I swear someday I'll be flying so high. I'm defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity. So if you care to find me, I look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves the chance to fly. I'm defying gravity, and I won't be pulled down. I can fly, flying free. Oh,
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. So it occurred to me as you were singing that this strange experience that we're inviting everyone to next Sunday is really teaching our children that they can defy gravity. That's we're having this to really explain what's going on. Is we're finally baptizing my granddaughter. Okay, so but as a part of that, you couldn't do it without all the family. So we're inviting everyone that has a child that would like to be baptized to bring them, and let's all do it together. And the last time I did this, I noticed that there were lots of adults who would like that experience. So basically, all of us get that invitation to come together and acknowledge this spiritual being we are, that we are a spiritual being. We are not this thing held down by gravity. We are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe, having a spiritual experience. And it really looks quite human at times, doesn't it? So I want to share a memory with you. It came about and began to take hold of me a couple weeks ago when I was sharing about that experience of holding people in our heart, just whatever happens, what situation, just to bring it in our heart and hold it there. And through these weeks, so many folks have shared with me what a powerful effect that was in them and between those that they had taken into their hearts. As I was doing that, this memory kept coming forward, and it really goes back many, many years. I was in a log cabin high in the mountains in Montana, and I was off on a silent retreat, and so I was there by myself, went out on the porch of the cabin and was simply sitting, coming quiet within. And I noticed movement, and I turned, and elk began to come out of the woods onto the meadow that was in front of me. And as they walked, I was just captivated with their magnificence. There were 4 huge bulls with amazing racks, and their pride, just these incredible creatures. And there were probably 30, 40 other elk with them. And they went slowly. They just grazed and walked, and I sat there watching them. And by the time they'd gone off and disappeared from sight into the woods, I realized that I was carrying this tremendous sense of connection, as though somehow or other in that moment we'd been together. There was a bond created within my experience. And I was, as this memory was coming forward and I was looking back, I suddenly began to understand what had happened there. Now, I've spent much of my life in the Rocky Mountains, and I've had many marvelous experiences with elk through those years. But this one was different. It remains so present. Just standing up here, I can smell the air and see their movements and feel that connection. I began to understand that what had happened there was that instead of simply observing, even observing with appreciation of these beings, that I had made that movement into my heart. And from that place, connected with them. And in that experience, through my appreciation, I let my love flow to them. And it had changed the nature of the experience. I invite you to think for just a moment. Are there those experiences in your life that have that heightened awareness to it? Now, I'm aware there are some of our experiences that have heightened awareness to it. You know, if you won the lottery, the moment you found that out was probably a heightened awareness experience, I would guess. Or when you got the other part of that, you opened that letter and the IRS said, "I'm going to audit you next week." That was probably a heightened awareness experience. If you've ever had that chance to sit across from that somebody when they smiled at you and said, "You're fired," that's a heightened awareness experience. Whether you know that you remember. But that, of course, is not what we're talking about. Those are moments that get emotionally encoded. There's something else that brings an experience into a fullness of meaning. Connectedness is not always something we explain or even understand. But it's like you can go back and, wow, suddenly I'm there and it's so real and I feel it. Have you, as I'm talking, in moments like that coming? How many of us can remember some of those that take place like that in our lives? Sure, many of us, because we get drawn into our hearts by different experiences of life. And, you know, I shared one from the natural world, but the truth is there's ones that are filled from our moments with children, with loved ones, with exquisite moments in our lives, and some of them are just still. They include the moments of spiritual experience in our lives as well. Aren't those different in how we remember them and connect with them? So as I was realizing what had happened there, that I simply let my love flow. I let it flow from my heart to these beautiful creatures. And as that happened, it changed the nature of that experience. It took me to the memory then of one of those experiences that we share in common here, a knowledge of what happened at Myrtle Fillmore's healing. And for those of you who may not be aware, Myrtle Fillmore is a co-founder of Unity, and Unity came out of the experience of her being in final stages of terminal tuberculosis, and of her going through an awareness of being a spiritual being, and that as a spiritual being, she had power over this body, over the physical, that she did not need to receive that dysfunction, disease, disharmony into her world. And so she went about a power of prayer. And in that process of prayer, she affirmed again and again, as she focused her attention on her cells, their life and vitality. And a very, very beautiful experience. And every time I read it or look at it, I realize it wasn't what she said. It was that she let her love flow to those cells, to those organs in her body. And they responded to that intentional direction of love. That she let her love flow. A most simple of all spiritual practices, to simply let our love flow. And yet when we do that, life changes. that moment changes. So I want to share with you an experience by someone who's a part of our spiritual community. Her name is Holly Reese, and Holly put her experience into a wonderful book. And we don't have it yet in the bookstore since I just sent them the email last night saying, oh yes, get this because I'm going to share it and I'm sure everybody will want it, but it will come. So Holly's book is Rising from the Abyss, and it's in it she is sharing her experience with chronic illness. Now when I read her experience, it's startling, because the disease that she had took away the protection from her nervous system, so that she entered into an experience of unlimited pain in every part of her body. It's difficult to even conceptualize what it was that this woman was going through. It was so extreme that even though she was in pain, she could not move to release herself from pain. In this state, she reached back into an earlier experience in her life where she had learned to gain some control over her body, which was martial arts. She was a very excellent practitioner of a number of martial arts disciplines. And so she went back into the ability to take control of the mind and focus the mind, which she did through that focused breathing. And for Holly, her spiritual awakening had begun some time before this. And in her process of awakening, she had experienced something she understood as her spiritual guides. So with this focus, being able to use the breathing to focus her attention, to bring it away from the experience of the pain and make a choice of where to focus this, she asked for help with this overwhelming pain. And the guidance that she received was to take and focus all of her attention on her right hand. Okay, so she brought her attention to her right hand. Her right hand was in great pain. She couldn't move it. It hurt so much. And the guidance that she received was that to be aware of the cells within her hand. And she saw them as these very red, painful, angry expressions. And she was, the guidance instructed her that these cells were like part of her family. And it went on and said to her, your cells, your family feel angry and pain and alone. What you want to do is send love into your cells. Send love to your family. So sending love into the cells, understanding the cells as part of that family that is the physical being. You need each other. So she says, I took a few moments to draw upon the love that I feel for Mom, Dad, Jay, Shitka, and my friends. So going to her love of family, and that she feels from her family. It expanded until, as I think about them, the pleasant warmth in my chest becomes a fuzzy pink ball of love. It expands until it overflows my heart. So with this quality of being able to visualize this energy, it becomes something she feels as love. She visualizes as this pink ball of love. She feels its warmth and that it expands then and overflows her heart. She says, I imagine a stream of pink love energy riding on a wave of cooling, calming blue light that pours over and around my cells, my family. So she's talking just about focusing that upon the cells within her hand. One by one, I put out the fires with the blue energy and comfort and love my cells with the pink. It's fascinating to watch as they go from fiery red to pink while shrinking. Eventually, they have more room to move and swim calmly around in the blue light. Moving through the tissues of my hand, I'm drawing to wherever there is angry red cells. I shower them with healing, drawing up on an infinite source, the love of my family. There's no sense of the passage of time, but at some point all the cells in my hands are vibrating, a happy pink. So using this quality of visualization and intention, she directs this love from this overflowing of her heart to the cells of her hand. And then she makes the movement back into the awareness of her whole body, and it's excruciating. And so she again focuses that energy down to where it's just in her hand, and then she moves the focus to her left hand. She said, I turn my attention over to my left hand. My mind explodes with the familiar thunder and lightning, her description for the pain that she's experiencing in the other hand. Then back to my right hand. I physically gasp in amazement. I feel nothing. My right hand isn't pounding, flaming, or blazing. It feels what? Amazingly, it feels peaceful. This is the start of a long, challenging journey of healing. But it starts with the ability to let her love flow to this place of pain within her body in a way to me very, very like what happened to Myrtle. She used words and thoughts to direct that energy. And yet it's the same energy. And it begins a movement away from the disharmony, the pain, disease, into the experience of wholeness, of simple peace. The ability that we have is an amazing one. That we can literally choose at any moment. We can choose the feeling of love. And we can choose to let that love flow to wherever we want. Now, my experience with the elk was a very simple one. Okay, it was resulted in a beautiful moment and a feeling of connection with a part of nature and with magnificent creatures, and it gave me a blessing that I know I carry and still feel to this day. Very different than what Holly's sharing with us. Except that it is the same practice. It's the same way of working. We can, at any time, it's absolutely amazing, no matter how angry we are, Anybody do anger this week? Just a little bit? No matter how angry we are or upset at what somebody, or in this case, and I think one of the things that affected me so was that the experience of pain so takes over our awareness. How do you make a greater choice, a different choice? And what she showed is we have that capacity to make a choice. And so she went to that memory of her family's love. But then once we feel that, we have the power to let it flow. Hers was within her own body, as was Myrtle's. But we see people in need all around us. We see creatures that we get to connect with in many different ways. We see friends and things that have meaning that is enhanced by this simple flow of love. So I didn't invite you to this. If you would just play with it this week. Whatever's going on. Whoever, however it shows up when it takes our attention. Sometimes it's the difficult times. But the truth is sometimes it's the most wonderful times. And the connection that we have when we let that love flow. Sometimes I think that Jesus' teachings, love one another as I've loved you, is just the tip of the iceberg. Because it sounds as though it's about people. But in fact, I think it's about life. About all that is. Because we aren't just one with each other. We're one with this amazing divine force that flows through us, that lifts us, that gives us intelligence. We share intelligence with all of life. We share this amazing power. I let my love flow. Join me. I let my love flow. Again. I let my love flow. Can you feel that? What an amazing intention. Again, I let my love flow. So when that disruptive being enters our life, as perhaps they might this week, again, I let my love flow. And when that exquisite moment happens, that connection with that someone or something or amazing experience in our lives, the same wonderful practice is there together. I let my love flow. And as we do, as love flows from your heart, of course we're each changed. But your gift to all of us is that as you do that, we are all changed. Thank you.
David, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing. Our heart ministers are available after the service today to offer prayer support for challenges or celebrations. You may see them around the sanctuary and on the grounds praying with others. Our heart ministers are wearing the lavender stoles. Your prayer requests can also be sent anytime from our website or on the cards that you have in front of you. And now I would like to invite you to take your connection card from the seat pocket in front of you, add your prayers if you have one, and then to take a moment to fill out the rest of the card. If you are new to Unity, we invite you to fill out the card and to stop by our welcome table. We look forward to meeting you, and we thank you all for checking the box that you will be joining us in our weekly prayer focus. As a reminder, this week's prayer focus is, I let my love flow. The ushers will receive those cards with the offering toward the end of the music. And now it is time for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes provided in the back of each chair. And for those of you at home, just click on the donate button on the Watch Live page. One of the great teachings of truth is the awareness that God is the source of all our good. Every blessing that fills our lives is the expression of goodness and love of the divine. As we focus upon God as the source of all good, we open to receive ever-expanding abundance. And now I invite you to take your tither offering into your hand and be aware that God is the source of all your good. And let's repeat our affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter and strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in a life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truth that she's learned, or in times that he's cried, in bridges she's burned, or the way that she cried.
It's time now to sing out the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends.
How about love?
Oh, you got to remember the love.
Remember that love.
Know that love is a gift from above.
How about
measure your life in love.
seasons of love? Seasons of love. Seasons are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God.
All right, let's bless our children together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. Let's stand and take hands and share together our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God ever present, then we all are weak. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You are the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.
Hello, unity. Well, hello, unity. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, unity. I can tell, unity. You're still glowing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. I feel the room sway and the bands play one of those old familiar songs from way back when. So have a seat now, waiting for a treat. Wow! Love is where we're here to stay. Love is why we're here to stay. Love is why